Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury, which is on episode 5. Now, this episode right here, we get to know a little bit more about a certain character, and it looks like to me we found someone that's a little similar of what happened to the very beginning of a prequel to Witch of Mercury, or maybe somewhere right there. Yeah, pretty much right there. Forgive me. I'm being a little ridiculous on what I'm trying to say here. But we might as well say that we found a character that's like similar of what happened to the people in the prequel to The Witch of Mercury. I know I'm sounding confusing right now, but I'll get to that in just a moment, okay? So if anything else, let's go. We have to it that we get to see Ellen taking on 3 people at once, and he manages to win, you know, which I go like, hey, that's pretty cool and awesome here and there. But we get to see Suletta Mercury having a talk with her like new friends in the Earth faction, you know, which I thought was pretty cool. And you know, we had to it that Suletta ended up getting a call from Ellen saying like, hey, let's hang out for a bit, you know, let's go on a date, you know, which I thought was pretty funny here and there. And her friend Suletta was being teased about it, you know, which I thought was pretty cute, you know. I mean, like, she's making some friends here and there. But we have to it that, like, that we get to see that someone's making moves to find out about the Gundam area, you know, which apparently is what Ellen's faction is a part of, which I don't really care much about that faction. I just care about Ellen himself, maybe because I get to find out later of what they're after too, you know. Ellen, you know, he is not really human at all, I guess. I mean, that's another way how to put it. The moment it was shown shown in his x-rays, especially what he is capable of and what he is pretty sad, you know, because we get to see, after we see Suletta and Ellen hang out for a bit about Ariel, we have to it that Ellen decides to pilot Ariel himself for a bit after talking to Suletta Mercury. But we have to it that he realizes that it's the same thing that he is piloting eventually, which we don't really know what he's talking about. But later on, he ends up insulting Suletta in a certain way, saying that you annoy me, which is really bad, and I kind of hate him for it. I won't deny the fact that I do hate Ellen for saying that to Mercury or Suletta for that, but I also need to understand that this guy was born and created to become a weapon. He's not really human anyway. Like, seriously, I mean, we had to it. Ghoul is upset to see what Ellen said to like Suletta and challenges him to a duel, you know. If Ghoul wins, you stay away from Suletta Mercury. And freaking like Ellen's like, if I win, I challenge like Suletta to a duel, you know, which apparently is pretty bad and stupid in a certain way, because you know what I'm talking about eventually. But we have to it that we get to see Ghoul come out with that machine that he used against like comes out with the machine to go duel against Ellen, you know, and we get to see Ellen using his new machine, which apparently is called Faracto, I think it's called Faracto. Yeah, Faract, you know, which apparently is pretty scary. We get to see Faract in action, and that his like drones or some kind of machines whatsoever, those little small pilot thingy bobbers or something, or funnels, how you want to call it. I think they're also a type of funnel, I guess, almost similar to Suletta's Ariel or a Gundam Ariel, however you want to call it, you know, that kind of thing. And I'll say it right now without a lot of detail, Ellen slaughtered Ghoul very, very badly. It was so disrespectful, man. It was humiliating. It makes you want to go like, oh man, you feel bad for this guy, man. Not to mention Ghoul, he lost 3 duels in a row. The first time with Suletta, and a second time with Suletta again, and now this time with Ellen. But you have to understand too that Ellen is not human. What he's doing with his machine, Faracto, is like almost actually similar, or is similar to Gundam Ariel, or the Ariel that Suletta's piloting, because he realizes that it's the same thing, and you know, he thought Suletta was the same as him, but not anymore. She just somehow bypassed the side effects of it. I think it's like, it's really complicated, I guess, you know. I guess, you know, Eddie, or should I say, Suletta was with that machine for a very long time, you know. There's no denying of that. So, not to mention, like, Ellen's like, in order to beat a Gundam, you had to face it with the Gundam, you know. Well, in other cases, I guess in other words, without a lot of confusion, to beat the machine that Ellen is pirating, his Faracto, it has to be the same as as possibly what Suletta was piloting. And later on, he says, "Hey, I won the duel. You have to honor it now. If I win, I take away your aerial." I think in my mind, yeah, you're just asking to get your butt handed, you know. And I hope Suletta kicks his butt very badly. But, you know, I hope we have to understand too that, like, that this guy was made to be a weapon. Not to mention, Suletta's mother actually meets up with an old kohai or possibly companion that might have been a survivor of that decimation of her home and facility that happened in the prequel of, like, Suletta, of like, the, the Witch from Mercury prologue, you know? Well, the prologue of the Witch of Mercury. So, yeah, that was pretty crazy, you know? So, I guess maybe Suletta's mom and that person that is in charge of Ellen, that maybe could be Ellen's mother or boss, however you want to call it, might team up for revenge, which I think is going to happen. As they say, an enemy of my enemy is my friend, you know? Or we got a common enemy to defeat and kill right now. How about you and I team up for the time being, and then we can go separate ways eventually? We don't know, but it is setting up to be like that, and it's being a little predictable. And as for Suletta's gonna fighting Ellen, I think it could be very predictable, but I could be wrong. It could be a tie or it could be a draw. We don't know. But I'm afraid I don't think that really is the case unless they're on a time limit or something. But that's never going to happen because lately throughout the duels, throughout these episodes, there has been no time limit. So it's either one needs to lose or be destroyed, you know, yada, yada, yada. But yeah. As for Ghoul, I really hate to say this, but he was expected to lose against Ellen the moment he was being a little, how am I supposed to say it, emotionally, wrathfully reckless. His emotions is getting to him, and his simple mind of saying might is right, trying to get to the person and like overpower him with physical might, it's really kicking his butt right now. But at the same time, though, this may be necessary for him to maybe grow as a human being or as a person, you know, because I will admit, if he really is the strongest guy in dueling, I think he is very capable of to be formidable again. He just needs to clear his head and use his head carefully and not let his emotions do the talking for him all the time, you know? Which I go like, yeah, good luck with that kind of thing. But that aside, yeah, pretty like cool episode for now. It looks like Ellen wants to really take out Suletta and take away that Gundam aerial, either because he's just a cult for personal reasons or on orders. We don't really know. But one thing for certain, it could be on orders or it could be also for personal reasons too. Could be both. We don't know. But we'll find out next episode. Although, like, it may be obvious depending on how you analyze it, but whatever. So, until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Arthur Zitto. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.